So yeah, I've basically won this match already, and unless I turn these guys off, there's no way that anyone else can build. So it's sort of lame, but these guys will just sort of steamroll. And this map and this server is now dead. So this is my problem with Hex. If you're late to the start of the game, you're just gonna lose. There's nothing you can do, and it's a 71-minute game mode on this server. So like for the next 80 minutes, there's gonna be no players on this server. So if you can comment down in the description below how you would fix this issue, so we can do a different implementation like A-Tainer Gaming's network. I really don't want this to be one where people aren't really playing. Alright, so I'm trying a different server type this morning. I want to get some feedback on whether or not this would be a good one to do on the A-Tainer Gaming network. We could add as additional server, so. Right off the back, it looks like you spawn one of these little hex squares. I do think there are a few problems with this. If you're late to the game, your chances of winning are very minimal. It'd be interesting to be able to work out some sort of like duo method where you could do teams of 2. Especially if you could pick your teammates. That would be really cool. Put down one of these guys to defend the airspace. Develop this pocket as well, probably. Early game, remember to mine. Big thing. We may start doing a benefit to your player account on A-Tainer Gaming servers if you mine in early game. That'll be one of our metrics for whether or not you're contributing to your team's success. Let's get some titanium. And you need lead as well. So lead patch here, not very big though. Another one right here, that's one we'll probably do. Almost got that. Now we can start upgrading these lines. I'll do a titanium line first for copper. Pull this one down in my core. Alright. And I still have this issue with sand. One of these is probably producing sand. Yep, somewhere on this line. Yep, this one. Here's another decent lead plot. Maybe we can develop that as well. Oh, probably don't have any graphite. This one can now go into this though. Alright, graphite is made with coal, so we have a big coal patch here. Let's start to develop it. Go down there, there. Okay, and then I'm going to put up move this to here. And then we can do a graphite production area here. Here we go, graphite early game. We got a little bit there. I think there's a sand. Okay, we have sand here, so put up our silicon production. So this area, let's do a line of these guys. Probably flip in the other direction. And also want to do some kilns, maybe on the same line. Because kilns share sand as an input, so you could probably just do something like that. And then that would give us those two, and then I need a bit of the coal to offset into there. We'll just route this to split the coal. Alright, looks like Necro is still the most developed, but we should pass him a little bit, especially if he's wasting a lot of his time fighting me rather than building. Let's split off the graphite into its own line. And other thing we need is power, so let's see if we can get some little bit of coal online. Here's some right here. That will make a fine power. And then this we'll just do combustion generators, a little line of them. We don't need a ton in the early game, and we'll switch to something more renewable. Okay. So now we have metaglass, and we have silicon production. Thermal generators now are an option for us, so we can put a few of these guys down here where they'll sort of be out of the way. And we'll connect those right into our power grid. Are we? Yeah, we're already full on. Looks like copper. Nope, we got a sand in there. Do we still have an issue? Doesn't look like it. All right, we're good on everything. It looks like except for graphite. So let's actually move this guy, and then we'll put on another row of these, and we need to expand this production. So let's see, can I skip all the way to air blast? No, I need thorium. Here's a thorium patch though, so let's put that online. Here's a 1.13, we want that. And I'm just going to cut this and put the line on here. Now, one big mistake I make in a lot of these early games is that I don't go for units or towers right off the bat, which prevents me from developing in the next phase of the game, but let's try to correct that here. Are these two connected? It looks like they aren't, so there we go. So now we have thorium coming in, and we can start building out air blast drills to replace these guys. So there's a nice 4x4 patch. So let's just get to the 60 thorium. And it doesn't look like Necro's been able to make any units yet, so we can hit him with something a little more. We'll do is this. Just get some early game harassers going. There's these things called crawler mechs. They're not horrible, but I could just set them up real quick. Just do router chain. Probably don't need a router chain all the way back to there though. There we go. So we're positive on power. We have plenty of thorium stored. Let's get another air blast. Well, our first air blast actually. Do a water extractor here. And when that water extractor comes online, this drill speed will about double. So, and now we have an issue with throughput through here. So, there we go, 4.5, 4.6. I wonder if this would be another good spot for one, or we could even move this guy over one space. Yeah, I'd probably just end up doing that right now rather than have to do it later. Let's put this guy here, and we can remove all of this and put in a second air blast, and that will have decent stats on its own. Another water extractor, and now this will be roaring. Alright, so now we're going to want to split these blinds into two. Let's have one just go exclusively into there, and the other one like that. And we can actually sort of space it off. I'm going to replace this guy as well. So we'll have a full air blast going into just silicon and this production, and then we'll have another one for just going into the base and being stored. So there we go. Let's work on the sand a little bit. Yeah, we got plenty of sand in this row here. Okay. Oh, crawler mechs need this is what happens when you mess around too much in the early game. Pretty easy for your opponent to sort of leapfrog over you. So there's a 2.21. Let's get that. And we'll go right into these. What we do is just sort of duplicate these. And we'll put another power node there. Alright, cool. Drill speed, water is the issue. So, yep, so we have a power issue. Let's go down here, let's get a few more of these thermal generators online. So that's 150. And we'll just link all these guys into the network. Doesn't look that last one get online there. Yep, so now we're positive on power. Drill's gonna work just fine. So everything's sort of working as intended. Start developing out another square. So this one has tons of coal and sand, so it's going to be a great one for making silicon. Let's do the line in the water here where it's not going to be in the way of anything. And I don't know if that's deep water or not. It looks like it's buildable though, so we're fine. Be sure to go out at least one square. You don't want to have an issue where these belts feed onto that. There's a bunch of sand. Now let's make one for coal. I like doing partially. This stuff is free, but it is better to use those larger upgraded drills. Alright, now we just need to power this guy up and feed the line back into base. There we go, we have power now. Necro's getting whooped by a bunch of crawler mechs. And we just need a way to get over this. It looks like all these are 4. That's right there. So I'm going to go like this. And actually remove that guy so there's not like contamination on that line. And we'll go up over. And now this line can feed right into the core. Alright, cool. So, yeah, Necro was defeated. It looks like he was able to come back though. And this, I think, is the big problem with this game mode. As soon as somebody gets units and they steamroll their first opponent, it's just sort of over for everyone else. And a new player isn't going to be able to even survive like a decent mech, like crawler mech attack. So efficiency 0%, but we probably can do a rotary pump, yeah. I could roll this to air blast as well. Plenty. And then one more area for just sand. Another thing you can do is put it in from multiple directions, so boom. So yeah, I've basically won this match already, and unless I turn these guys off, there's no way that anyone else can build, so it's sort of lame, but these guys will just sort of steamroll. And this map and this server is now dead. So this is my problem with Hex. If you're late to the start of the game, you're just gonna lose. There's nothing you can do, and it's a 71-minute game mode on this server. So like for the next 80 minutes, there's gonna be no players on this server. So if you can comment down in the description below how you would fix this issue, so we can do a different implementation like A-Tainer Gaming's network. I really don't want this to be one where people aren't really playing. So there we go. We're like 10 minutes into this match, already won. There's no player that could just join in and deal with that right off the bat. They'd have arc turrets that don't work because there's no power, and they'd have a little bit of air defense. So they'd have to immediately start putting down duo turrets or something like that. And it'd take quite a few duos to deal with these guys. So here's some of the problems with this game mode. Hopefully somebody can put a good idea down in the description where I can, or down in the comments section, so I can actually sort of tweak the settings and see what we can do. But one thing I could do here is pull these units back, but even with that, this guy doesn't stand a chance. I could just steamroll him at any time. So same thing over here. Let's just sort of copy this whole layout. Then we can feed this. All right. Can't have that guy. So besides like hit and run tactics, there's really nothing that guy would have been able to do. So yeah, he was able to do quite a bit to my power. This game's not about attacking at all. It's about creating units. You can do some cheese stuff like coal bombing, coal rolling, whatever it's called. You can do attack behind enemy lines, build things in their production chains that would be sort of annoying, but you're not going to slow down your enemy that much, especially if they're just building. So remember, build. Tons of power down here, so I'll probably just develop this guy out as well. I'll do a line here, line there. Now I can put down sort of like lines of salvos. And these guys do air and ground, so perfect choice for defending. Metaglass is the issue. Missing sand. So if we could do something to boost sand production, maybe get another line of drills. Ooh, not what we want. We want this guy. Alright, we'll just continue to extend this line. There we go, we got fire, it sounds like. Yeah, so here he is. So easy fix here, I just put down mechanical pumps and I put down a wave, except for I don't have any metaglass, so looks like he will be able to do something there. So yeah, he was able to basically take all that off the line. So coal is the issue here. Let's get a couple more thoriums. Not thoriums, air blast drills. Then water can be supplied by either rotary pumps or mechanical pumps are actually free, so might as well use those. Plenty of water. So it looks like we're maximizing that belt's capacity, so I'm actually going to create a chain over, and then we can go right into here. That way both are supplied. Actually route this going both directions and go right. There we go. So good production now from both. For salvos, we're missing graphite still, so this is the issue. What just happened? Another row of those. So I want more graphite production so I can get this online here. We're positive on power. Yeah, so now he's been eliminated. So still really nothing that these guys could do against this game mode. So